Once upon a time, in the heart of a bustling city, there lived a man named Samuel. Samuel was no stranger to hardship. Life had dealt him a series of cruel blows. He had lost his job, his family, and eventually his home. Now, he wandered the streets, a silent observer of a world that seemed to have forgotten him. Samuel's days blurred together a monotonous cycle of hunger, cold nights, and the ache of loneliness. Yet within the folds of his tattered coat, he carried something precious, a small notebook book. It was his sanctuary, a place where he poured out his thoughts, dreams, and memories. One chilly evening, as the city lights flickered to life, Samuel found himself huddled in a dimly lit alley. The rain tapped rhythmically on the pavement, and he clutched the notebook to his chest. His fingers traced the worn pages, each filled with ink-stained fragments of his past. "Dear diary," he wrote, "today, I found solace in the kindness of a stranger. A woman named Maria shared her umbrella with me, shielding me from the rain. Her eyes held no judgment, only compassion. Maria became a beacon of light in Samuel's bleak existence. She visited the park where he often sat, bringing him sandwiches and warm coffee. They spoke about life, dreams, and the stars that seemed so distant from their reality. Maria saw beyond the grime and weariness. She saw Samuel's spirit, the ember that refused to extinguish. One day, Maria handed Samuel a flyer. It announced a community center's writing workshop, a chance for people to share their stories. Samuel hesitated. What could he possibly contribute? But Maria's eyes sparkled with encouragement, and he decided to attend. The workshop was held in a cozy room with mismatched chairs. Samuel sat among fellow souls, some homeless, others struggling with their own battles. The facilitator, a kind-hearted woman named Evelyn, welcomed them all. "Today," Evelyn said, "we'll write about resilience. What keeps you going when the world feels heavy?" Samuel dipped his pen into the inkwell and began to write. His words flowed like a river, carrying the weight of his experiences, the loss, the despair, and the flicker of hope. He wrote about Maria's umbrella, about the warmth of a stranger's smile, and the way the raindrops danced on the pavement. Resilience is not merely survival, it's the art of finding beauty in brokenness. It's the way Maria's kindness stitched my shattered pieces together. It's the way this room, filled with stories, becomes a sanctuary, a place where we rise above our circumstances. Evelyn clapped, and the others joined in. Samuel's heart swelled. For the first time in years, he felt seen not as a homeless man, but as a storyteller. Days turned into weeks, and Samuel continued attending the workshops. He wrote about sunrises, laughter shared over a borrowed meal, and the strength he discovered within himself. His words resonated with others, weaving a tapestry of courage. One morning, Maria handed Samuel an envelope. Inside was a job application, a chance to work at the community center. Tears blurred his vision as he filled it out. Samuel knew this was more than a job, it was a lifeline. And so, Samuel became the caretaker of that cozy room, the place where stories bloomed. He hung a sign above the door, from shadows to sunlight. Years later, when the rain tapped on the window, Samuel would sit at his desk, pen in hand. His notebook had grown thicker, filled with tales of resilience, love, and second chances. And every time he looked out, he saw others like him, people who, like Maria, held out their umbrellas, offering shelter to weary souls. "Dear diary," Samuel would write, "today I am not just surviving, I am thriving." And it all began with a stranger's kindness.